Generate.
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 To create.
To produce.
To make?
That's like when you generate, it's a very general make. Oh,
Yeah. So you can generate art.
Anything?
Can you generate art?
Yeah.
Orange?
Well,
Art.
Oh, okay.
yeah. I mean, but you could generate orange.
You can
By
generate
mixing
orange.
Color
red,
orange,
yellow.
yeah.
But you
I
will.
thought you meant orange
Yeah.
juice.
Normally you would say you grow orange or generate orange.
You'd probably say grow. I think you could say generate. Have you generated any oranges? I'd look at you a little weird. And
Like,
be
are you a robot?
No, I have not generated any oranges. But okay, yeah.
Power. Yeah.
Like at a power plant.
Anything electronic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Coal generates electricity. Natural gas generates electricity.
Yep. I think that's the only use.
Of generate?
Yeah.
You
Well, no. One of the
generate a
examples is
report.
tourism will generate new jobs.
Like,
that?
you would say that.
What does it say?
Tourism will generate new jobs.
Oh yeah.
When
I
you
think
almost
that probably
take-
comes from like power.
Yeah, to create though, I think
Yeah.
it just comes from create. Like you take one thing and it becomes another. You take coal and it becomes electricity. You take, people traveling and it becomes jobs.
What do you think came first, the word generate or the word generator?
Generate.
To make something.
Yeah.
Probably.
But yeah, you could have a generator, and what do you even put in a generator? Like, what do they run?
Gasoline.
Is it gasoline? Gas generators, I guess, are
Yeah.
most commonly. But yeah, again, you take gasoline and you generate electricity,
You
right?
put it in a generator, and it generates power.
So it kind of implies like a starting and a finish.
Right.
And then something in
Wind
between.
turbines. You take wind and you generate power. you know?
Power.
Even in that example, you take tourism and then it generates new jobs.
Right.
Okay.
And then what was the first? The heat energy that is generated in the reactor.
Or you can even take like with Dallas we've had construction and the arts district and everything, and Dallas is becoming more popular, so it's generated a tourism industry. I mean, you've taken
Really?
Okay. You've taken you could almost say simply you've taken construction and you've generated a tourism industry out of it.
Sounds like generate doesn't normally used by people. I mean,
No.
Like people now generate things, right?
Not
Well, you
really.
can manually that kind of creates a weird thing of
It's like when you say you generate fruit, like the word generate doesn't have like a living meaning to it.
right.
Like where you think of things growing, and to me generate sounds fast. It sounds like you don't take the time, like humans don't generate baby humans. They grow them.
I got you. I
Yeah,
think
you might say that. Like the only instance I could, see you using humans are, if like it almost seems like it's a factory. Like
Like a synthetic.
if there's a country that's just populating like crazy, you're gonna just say like they're generating humans, they're generating, but it'd almost just be funny because it seems like it's so
machine.
systematic.
Yeah.
It's a machine.
Yeah, that's the feeling you are giving to me.
Yeah,
Like,
Systematic.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Something like.
And I think that's the thing one of the things we brought up was like, have you generated oranges? And you said something like, oh, you sound like a robot. When he also said, it sounds more robotic, more logical. Like it makes sense. It's just systematic and. Just
But I think you can take on different,
mass-produced.
like this is.
Go
this
ahead.
is kind
Go
of a
ahead
sad
and go for
topic,
it.
but
Go
I'll
for it.
bring this up.
Do it.
9/11 is but no. Because something that when people talk about 9/11 is that it generated patriotism after the fact. It generated unity after the fact. So you take an event and it becomes patriotism. It becomes unity where we all locked arms and it generated family.
And you can also say something like generating controversy, like bringing up 9/11 on the show
Could
about
generate
work.
some
It could generate
Yeah.
controversy.
Sounds like it's more abstract.
Yeah.
Things.
It
Not
can
yet
be.
stuff.
I
don't
think
you can
most
use it
of
for
the
living
use,
stuff, though.
yeah, most of the uses I've ever heard are something that's systematic or factory machine-like.
Yeah.
But that's a good example.
Well, because it's almost it's like the result you're seeking, but it's indirect in a sense that, everything, it kind of has to go through something, like a generator. You know, you can't just burn coal and it becomes energy. It has to kind of go through something.
Yeah.
And that's almost kind of what
But
it seems,
even-
whether that's figurative or literal.
Even when you think of it in that sense, you know, like when you generate a product that you want, you also generate something that you don't want.
Yeah,
you
there's a
said 9/11
byproduct.
and like it generates patriotism. It also generated racism
War.
and hatred.
Yeah,
and
that's
war.
true. That's true.
So I don't think generate has a positive or a negative connotation.
So
I
it's
think it just
totally
depends.
neutral.
Yeah.
Yes.
Depends on what you're referring to.
Gotcha.
Because like you could say, nuclear energy generates, the most efficient is the most efficient energy source, but it also generated
The
Right.
most toxic
Oh,
waste.
the most
yeah.
toxic waste, byproduct.
I mean, based on the meaning over there, see there are two meanings. The first one basically means create light, create heat, create electricity. The second one, or produce. The second one is lead or cause.
Yes.
Cause.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's almost like the
Yeah.
literal sense would be to produce. The figurative sense, when you're taking
To
two
cause,
abstract
yeah.
ideas and connecting them, that would be create.
Yeah.
Ah.
So
Okay, like the first meaning is more like create.
Create. And
To
the
produce.
And the
To
second
produce.
meaning
yes,
is just
create out of the first
Yeah.
meaning, like with power, you produce power, or you create jobs. Either way, you're generating, but one of them's just a production value. One of them is
an
a
abstract idea.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the second one is more like cause effect.
Cause and
Yes.
effect.
Yeah.
And I think that
Yes.
you could still...
Because back to the 9/11 example, you could say it created unity and patriotism. It created racism towards Islamic
Yeah.
culture, but
It's less direct, but when you talk about it producing, it's very direct. Like that produced heat, that produced energy.
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah. Okay. Very, very interesting.
Generate.
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 We're pursuing fusion energy research because the stakes are enormous. The planet has been hungry, in urgent need of an energy source that is capable of delivering on a continental scale large baseload amounts of power that are clean and with plenty of fuel. The Office of Fusion Energy Sciences has a mission of establishing the scientific basis for fusion energy. That is, when the plasma is burning its own fuel, creating energy in surplus to be harnessed as a potential energy source for humankind that could have an impact benefiting societies on a broad scale. Fusion is a kind of intellectual endeavor that demands an all-hands-on-deck approach. The keystone, or the capstone, I should say, for this enterprise is the International ITER project, which is a science mega project that's of immense scale. The European Union, India, China, Russia, South Korea, Japan, and the United States are all members of the ITER project, representing over half of the world's population. It's being built in the south of France on a 100-acre site and will far exceed in linear dimension any fusion experiment on Earth. And it will be the first time that we actually see the burning plasma state in action. And it will be a fundamental test of scientists globally as to whether we have been smart enough and have judged properly nature's response to our efforts to control this burning plasma state so that the burning plasma state will exist in a manner that is attractive for energy production. And now it's a matter of executing a complex project in a diplomatic setting and sustaining the political will to get to the end. If a student has interest in the plasma sciences, I think it can suit many temperaments and fulfill many needs. As a scientist, I can't imagine a better combination of potential practical import and beauty of the science.